I want you guys to read this. The four most dangerous words in investing are this time is different. And you know what reminds me of? The famous ETF FOMO people that they think this time is different just because ETF came over. I am going to cover a lot of things in this video, so pay attention. And you guys do not want to miss out what I'm going to mention in these videos. I'm going to cover a lot of things, so make sure to like the video and subscribe. We are getting close to hit 2K, so let me see that. And let me get almost 100 likes for this video. It's gonna be a longer video than usual because I want to cover a lot of things in this video. All right, so make sure to watch the whole thing and you can do your judgment. Also, I read all of your comments. There is no comment that I do not read. But unfortunately, in my previous video, we hit over 100 comments, more than 110 comments. So as a person who is very busy, I do not really get to reply to all of them, but I reply to at least 20, 30 people. So if you get lucky, I'm gonna reply to you. You guys can ask me any questions. But so far, this channel that I have been explaining to you about, you guys see that I gave you guys a lot of signals in here. This was one of them that I showed you guys, that this line rejected Bitcoin. It tried to push above this middle line and it exactly hit that level and it started dropping very hard. So now you guys see that also coin market cap, we're going to talk about that. Also USDT, that this have been my strongest indicator that I do not believe that Bitcoin is not going to keep going higher, because USDT needs to look bearish after this point. If we pass below this blue line, there is still a chance to make another high, even higher high, maybe up to 75 to 77,000. But that will be it, because once we reach to this level, which will grab all the liquidity that, well, it's not liquidity for USDT, but usually that's what we call it. But usually if we get to this, the lowest point of this base, we might see a huge support. And you guys saw that once we got to these levels, we have a lot of support and we saw this drop. So we could still go sideways, up and down, and we would see a lot of ups and downs for Bitcoin, but eventually USDT is gonna get its strongest support, which will be almost around 3.7 per 70%. Okay, so we went down to quite not to that level, but almost 3.79. It does not have to go that low to exactly hit this blue line. But you guys see that I made you a lot of examples that we went higher, we went lower to the levels that it temporarily pushed the price, I mean push the dominance up. Same as in here, you guys saw that once we passed this level, after hitting these shadows for the first time, which was this level, I can make you a line here, right around here. You guys see that after going back down to visit these shadows for the first time, we got temporarily bounced for USDT dominance, and that was the drop that we got for, I think, from 49,000 down to 38-ish thousand. So so it is gonna be more strong getting to this level. This is, as I said before, this is gonna be a very strong level to watch for USDT dominance, and it works the opposite if you don't know. If we go up, Bitcoin is gonna crash and altcoins are gonna follow. I also mentioned that coin market cap does not have to meet all-time high, because we had a lot of rejections before. If we close the weekly candle below this 0.78718 Fibonacci retracement for total market cap of crypto, we might actually have difficulty to even hit all-time high. So we might just go sideways or start going back down. I also posted this, I think maybe earlier today, that I showed you guys how we got rejected from here and started going down sharp. And I said that this line would be a resistance, and so far you guys, and I said that we might even push a little bit higher, because it's really hard to guess where exactly Bitcoin is gonna get rejected, because after seeing this drop, kind of base drop, this green line is going to be the whole green line's body will be any point that could reject Bitcoin, basically. So now you see that you even pushed higher, but it got rejected really fast, and even in 1 hour time frame. I said, see that you pushed really high, but this is the green area in 4 hour chart, and you saw that how it got rejected. So far it's going back down. We are still in this channel, but we are visiting this line after a while. So after having this first touch, I put these two lines to make sure that we are within this. It looks like we are within this channel. We had a lot of push from this middle line for Bitcoin. That was a huge support, but finally we broke above, and we did a fake out up to this level, and this line did not let Bitcoin to go higher and get back to these two lines, within these two lines. So we got rejected. We went sharp back down, and you guys see that how beautifully this line is giving Bitcoin support. So but you guys still see that we have lost this level that Bitcoin was being traded above. And you guys see that there is still a chance of going back down and hit this line one more time. But if it gets around this level, a little bit of support, we can still push higher and revisit $37,000. But my warning to you, none of these are financial advice. Do your own research. Do not trade based on what I'm saying, but I am here. I'm not your enemy. I'm reminding you. A lot of people think that I really want you to not buy anything. As I said, I've been holding a lot of altcoins, and I do not care where Bitcoin is going. But my whole point is I lost a lot of money FOMOing in, and I want to show you guys this. I want you guys to read this. The four most dangerous words in investing are this time is different. And you know what reminds me of? The famous ETF FOMO people, that they think this time is different just because ETF came over, right? So I want you guys to really think about this. Do you guys really think that BlackRock is really gonna shake just because Bitcoin is dropping down even to 10,000 or 12,000? They're gonna keep buying because they are investing for maybe next 10 years or 20 years or 30 years. That's a huge company. They don't really care where Bitcoin is exactly going. As I said, for tax stuff, there were tax issues, they would rather invest so they get tax deduction on there, so they don't have to even pay taxes. Okay, so this is the investment power. So they do not really care where they are buying Bitcoin. Same as MicroStrategy or other bigger companies or even institutions. So even if Bitcoin drops down, who do you think cares the most? It's only going to be retail investors who are going to be panic selling, who are going to be so afraid they're going to even get out of market because they're going to lose a lot of money short term. And as I said, I have seen a lot of it. That's why I keep warning people. And also, although that I did not really expect Bitcoin to come this high, and it's true, and I admitted it before, but just look at this, guys. This looks like dot-com bubble, literally. So if you look at the daily time frame, guys, we are on top of our all-time high. This is almost the same level we hit last time, which was all-time high, over $69,000. That's why we are seeing a lot of buying pressure from buyers, because they are thinking that we are gonna keep going sideways or even go a little bit lower. So they all see the whole situation in here as buying opportunity, but they do not understand that buying around $69,000, $70,000, we have had retracements, huge retracement. But a lot of people say they do not care, it is totally normal. But once we start going lower, guys, the higher we go, the more people have higher expectations. So when we actually were around $30,000 and we broke above, which was almost around this area, was $32,000. Once we got to almost $40,000, people were saying, yeah, we might just go visit 30s. There is no way we're going to go lower. So we went even higher, and they started saying, no, there is no way we're going to go to 30s. We're going to go maybe back down to 40s. And they are saying now there's no way we're going to go lower than $60,000. But guess what? the expectations that people have, even in your life, just have an example in your mind that how many times you had a lot of expectations from someone or something in your life, and you got disappointed, and it worked the worst way possible that you did not really expect, and it made you so upset. Okay, so once he, for example, passes through $60,000, the first people are gonna think about is gonna be like, oh, okay, this is gonna be probably happening. Okay, then if it goes back down to $50,000, then they're gonna be even panicking more. So once we pass even $50,000, they're gonna be like, okay, this is game over. So once the panic sell starts happening, a lot of people are gonna sell even in loss. So a lot of times in the previous bear market, I can promise you a lot of the same thing happened to a lot of people. They were just expecting that there is no way that we're gonna pass through this line, because every time we are getting support, support, support until this happened. And you guys still think that this was pandemic and it was different. But guess what? We are living in a world that there are a lot of things that happening right now. A lot of wars could be happening. A lot of financial recession is probably going to happen for US. A lot of countries have already claimed, they have already announced their recession. So there is still a huge possibility for US to get into recession, and the same thing could happen. Okay, if you're going to be strong enough to handle these kind of drops, go ahead and do whatever you want. Anyways, you're going to do whatever you want anyways, and you're not going to listen to me on that. I'm not a financial advisor, but this is a person who has seen all these movements every single day since the price of Bitcoin hit $11,000 for the first time. I was hearing about when it hit the 6,000 for the first time when I was in college, but I did not really get into it until he really started like going into news and everything. But my whole point is, guys, the expectations of people is just going playing around 60,000, maybe back down to 50 something $1,000. But once we start breaking below, and it's not gonna obviously go straight down, is we're gonna go zigzag down. We're gonna have the same thing that we had, sharper drops, go a little bit of sideways or small pullbacks, and then sharper, 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 and then the same thing can happen. If we start going back down, guys, you will probably regret that why you did not take profits. Okay, so this is what I have been telling my members, and they have already made over $3,000 with the coins that I have told them. One of the coins did 40x in matter of 5 days, and I'm gonna tell you what that is, but I'm not gonna tell you to buy it. I'm not recommending you. It was meme AI that exactly after it took off, Data Dash, the YouTuber, started talking about it. Okay, it's back down from 4 cents to 1 cent, but I told my members when it was almost 0.0008. So it was on the cheapest price. So if you guys got like even $30 into it, you would have made $1,000 in a matter of 5 days. Telling you to buy it because I already sold mine, and I'm not going to get back into that coin for now, because to me it is a little bit overpriced. It might go back down to revisit 4 cents, but this is just an example that what we are doing in our membership, and how I am telling a lot of coins that they have a lot of good, I mean, they can do a lot of things in the future. And this is just an example for you guys to understand that we're not just sitting on the sideline and we're not buying anything. We are buying, but we are cautious, and we know what to buy and how much to buy. Okay, so please give this video a like right now, and I spend this time for you guys to show you guys how are the possibilities. This is screaming for a correction, so this is still up to you. Last time we made higher highs, but we still dropped very significantly. Same thing, we made another higher high, and we started dropping. So there is still possibility of even going back up to revisit, or even push a little bit higher to make another higher high, and that would totally make sense that Bitcoin can go back down to 3 point USDT dominance, go back down to almost 3.70, and that will be a huge support to me, that once we hold that and we confirm this level of support for USDT dominance, and if we start pushing higher, as you guys saw that we got this huge green candle daily green candle and what happened to Bitcoin. And the drop happened almost $8,000. So do not underestimate that how these small movements, because we have over $100 billion in USDT right now. And imagine if a lot of these coins get sell off, go back down to USDT, yeah, the dominance of USDT is gonna even rise more. Okay, so keep that in mind. As I said, none of these are financial advice, but again, I am still expecting a lot lower price than a lot of people are talking about. And you guys still laugh about it, but it is still possible because, as I said, in previous bull markets, we had these huge drops. We had high percentage, over 60-70% going back down, and total of every time from the all-time high back down to the lowest point, we had over 85, 90%. But this time we did not have that much percentage going down. So keep that in mind. It still is possible. As I said, BlackRock and MicroStrategy is not going to save you once it happens, because they are investing long term and they do not care. They're not going to start shaking once Bitcoin is going down. It's going to be you that you care about, your $10,000, $5,000, $2,000 that you care about. You want to make money for your family and change your life. But MicroStrategy do not care about that much money, even billions of dollars. They do not care. That's a company. They are investing long term, and they're not going to panic sell. Okay, or they can't even sell, and you don't even know about it. Okay. Anyways, so this is another video for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like and subscribe, and I will be back. Peace.